right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another stream, fourth stream in 4 days. Of course, it's been over 3 years since I got to interview this particular wrestler. He will be the next Hunter Valley Wrestling Heavyweight Champion in less than 48 hours from now. My guest, the mercenary, Slade Mercer.
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, 3 years, a very long time. Why haven't you called, man? You know, you've got my number. You know where I am.
Yeah. All right. I was like, so what actually?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But you are right.
Yeah.
Next HVW champ inside of the next 48 hours. You are correct about that.
So what actually got you into professional wrestling?
What got me into it? I loved it since I was a little kid. I used to watch it late night. In New Zealand, we used to have WCW on television real late at night. So we used to watch that growing up as kids. And then, I don't know, I figured I could give it a go. So that was really it. It was just something I watched as a kid. I wanted to give it a crack. I started training at 17 and haven't looked back.
Now, if you could wrestle any NXT, New Japan, Ring of Honor, or TNA superstar, who would it be?
Oh, that's a really good question. Did you say WWE or no? You started with NXT.
I started with NXT.
Has to be NXT or New Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with Tetsuya Naito, New Japan.
Ooh, damn.
Now I say that because I've always liked him, and he's very, very good. And there was a few years ago where he was supposed to be the next big thing, and it didn't pan out. And I know a lot of the stuff like plays into his current character, but yeah, I've loved his stuff for a very long time. And considering how hot he is right now, yeah, I reckon he'd be a good pick.
Yeah, what about NXT? Any particular wrestler on the roster?
Out of NXT, I mean, like if we're including like the wider NXT and we're even like including say NXT UK, then I would talk about guys like Dave Mastiff or Joe Coffey. Those are two guys who just got signed up in the UK. People I know personally, and I love this shit. So yeah, they would be two guys I could tie up with. If we talk about NXT as it is right now,
yeah.
Oh, man, you know, I want to say Velveteen Dream.
Oh, his characters change like from his Patrick Clark days to nowadays. Like I'm like a huge fan of the Velveteen Dream, and I think this year has been his year, but he just needs that extra level to get up. Maybe NXT champion by the end of 2018.
I like that. That's actually a good call. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. He has grown leaps and bounds, and he's really, really come into his character a lot to the point where now people used to like him because obviously the guy, I mean, he's only what, like 20, 21. He's incredibly athletic. He's huge, and he's a very good wrestler. And now people are starting to really get into his character, and he's starting to come into his own with his character too. So I'm gonna stretch your prediction out, and I'm going to stretch it out to the end of 2019. I'm going to give him a little more time. But, yes, agreed. NXT champion is the next thing for the Velveteen Dream.
What about Impact Wrestling? Anyone you would like to face from Impact Wrestling?
Yeah, Impact Wrestling, that one's a little easier. I would say Moose. Man, I dig Moose's stuff. I really enjoy watching Impact and the stuff that they have coming out of there, and they got a lot of exciting talent. But yeah, Moose is one of those dudes. Like he looks like a big dude. I reckon him and I'd go well together.
What else? What has been the worst match you've ever competed in?
The worst match? Oh gosh. I mean, I guess it depends what we're talking about when we say worst, but I guess in terms of like, I can think of one. So there was one I had up in Queensland. Now it was during a festival, and the setup was outdoors, and we'd been wrestling for the last week and a half. And on the night prior to that day's show, it had rained really badly. So all around ringside, it was super wet, and it was on a grass field, so it had turned super, super muddy. So nobody wanted to wrestle because one, they had to walk through the mud to get to the ring and then get mud all through the ring. And two, nobody wanted to get mud all over their stuff. But anyway, we ended up wrestling and doing whatever. And we were just a little more careful. Everyone took their time and made sure to wipe our feet on the apron before we got inside the actual ring. And then this was on a Wednesday. And then I remember I had a tag team match, and me and my partner, a guy called Big John Marshall. A lot of people won't know him, but he's an Australian bloke. And he wears white gear. And he's a big white dude. And like we were the heels and we were beating up on this guy. And he did it just for laughs. He thought it was awesome. He was beating up the guy on the outside, and he took a hit and he took a fall into the mud. And then he just got up and was slip sliding around and couldn't get up. And I'm laughing my ass off. And he's ruining his gear with the mud all through his white shorts. And he's having a laugh and getting all muddy and whatever. And we finish the match and we go to the back, and I'm talking to him about it. And he's like, yeah, I didn't care. I was just going to have a laugh. And I thought that was really funny. Like, he was just taking the piss, and all the boys thought it was funny. Later on that week, we were back there the Friday. It rained even more. It was even worse. It was even muddier. And at this point, all the boys had seen what he had done on Wednesday, so we all got into it. So on the Friday, we all having a fight on the outside, and everyone's falling in the mud, taking the bloody piss, jumping all around. So that was probably the worst match I've ever had. Everyone's just jumping straight in the mud, and then we got all muddy in the ring. That's the worst match.
All right, let's talk about MCW, because I've been watching the on-demand service. Now, you were in a tag team with, what's his name? Gabriel Wolf?
Correct.
What was your tag team name again? Oh.
In MCW, we were called The Estate.
The Estate. Good old Estate. Cousin Ali. One day, I guarantee it, he'll be champion. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I have a lot of time for Cousin Ali. He's a very good wrestler. So yeah, I could see that too, 100%.
Because he was screwed out of his match. I think it was last year. It was him versus Jonah Rock, and then Jonah Rock grabbed a chain and smacked him over there. I was like, what are you doing, mate? Like, come on. Like, I want to go to MCW, but it's just like getting flights and stuff. So
yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but good old on-demand services has not let me down yet.
Yeah, very nice. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah. If there was one piece of advice you would want to give a training wrestler, what would it be?
I would say you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and you need to use them in that proportion. So ipso facto, you need to speak less and listen more. And that can apply to anything really, but I think that applies a lot in wrestling. And there's a lot that can be said for just something as simple as that. Yeah.
Now, would you like to face the Sniper of the Skies, Robbie Eagles? Because he's coming down to MCW next weekend, but this weekend he's got Will Ospreay at PWA. So would you like to face him?
Yeah, Robbie and I have fought once before in a singles, I recall. But that was at a Supernova show here in Melbourne, and that was a couple of years ago now. So not only was it not in front of, a regular wrestling audience, it was also at a different time in both of our careers. So now that we're both much further along, absolutely. Yeah, I think Robbie and I would have a fantastic match.
Robbie, he's calling you out, Robbie Eagles. Even though Robbie don't watch my stuff, I don't know why, but I didn't watch it. But what else? What is your favorite? Do you collect like the wrestling figures?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as opposed to like a whole bunch of other wrestlers, like I'm really not much for that type of stuff. I don't collect figures. I don't collect belts. I don't have a bunch of photos or signed autograph stuff. Like, yeah, that's not really my bag. But like, cool, man. Like, if that's what you're into, it's just not for me.
I got the Funko Pops. I even have a rare Junkyard Dog figure, the classic Superstars one, mint on card, not even open.
That's what is it? I don't know what on card means, but sounds good. It sounds important. Yeah.
I'll actually grab it.
Yeah, show me it, please.
It's like not even open.
So, like, how much is that worth then?
I got it at Blue Mountains personally for $15. So I thought, well, why they'll not buy it? So,
Yeah, nice one. Blue
so
Mountains, they're not around anymore.
nah,
That's a shame.
they closed down. I don't know why, because I attended two shows, one at Katoomba, then one at Blackheath. They're both sold out shows. So,
Yeah,
I,
yeah, and I like working for them. I did the Iron Fest for them once, and that was fun.
I don't know. What shows will you be at over the next 2 to 3 weeks?
The next 2 3 weeks, I've got Warzone coming up. I've also got the BCW Battle Tour that starts at the end of September. Sorry, end of August, early September. So that's Battle Championship Wrestling going on tour. We've got Rob Van Dam, Tajiri, Masato Tanaka, Sabu, Shane Douglas, Justin Credible. Yeah, a whole bunch of ECW talent coming out and doing a tour. We're starting Friday night Melbourne, Saturday night we then go on to Adelaide. Friday the next week we're in Sydney, and then Saturday back to Melbourne again. So a 4-day tour across 2 weeks.
Damn. Any new merch coming out soon? Because I saw a little tease on your social media of your upcoming merch. Apparently, got some new merch dropping in the next 24 hours.
Correct, exactly right. I got new T-shirts, so I'll let that leak. T-shirts is what's coming, but I won't. The design's gonna pop soon, so keep an eye. Yeah, and I'm gonna there's a little more developing too. So yeah, keep an eye out for sure.
What's your social media so my 534 subs can I find you?
Yeah, nice. So you can find me at Kiwi Wrestler. That's on my Instagram, and that's on my Twitter. That's also on Facebook. I don't have a YouTube. I got a Daily Motion if you want to check out my stuff. Otherwise, I've also got matches on Facebook. But yeah, check out my Instagram at Kiwi Wrestler.
All right, too easy, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Joel Southed. That's been the Kiwi Mercenary, Slade Mercer. Follow him. He's a hell of a wrestler. Until then, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we are out of here.
Thank you. Peace.